Hello and welcome back to the old realms. We're going to be going into this siege right here. I haven't done any kind of bombardment, but I did build 2 siege engines in the form of 1 battering ram and 1 siege tower. As there are only 360 or so troops here, they don't have particularly strong armies at all. However, Sylvania has just defeated one of our allied armies, and that is really not very good. That means that they are going to be on our way, or should we say on their way over to us, or they're going to be going over to one of our towns. And it's most likely going to be the town that we just took, so that's obviously not going to be particularly pleasant. But if we can, hopefully I'm going to be able to achieve victory here relatively quickly, and then we'll be able to move on without too many difficulties. What is absolutely fantastic about this, though, is the fact that we can literally have these ladders immediately get up here, and I don't think I'm going to get shot because of the layout of the town. So I'm actually pretty happy with this. Oh, wait a second. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get some mortars out here as well, because obviously mortars in the previous episode, they actually showed themselves to be extremely useful, like very, very useful. I was actually really surprised that they were so incredibly good. But, you know, we probably shouldn't be, to be honest. You know, probably shouldn't be so surprised, because they have just been incredibly useful over the course of the entire series, actually, surprisingly enough. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't expect so, I don't think, because cannons in most regards are going to be generally more powerful, and this guy's going to push me off, isn't he? Yeah, as you can. Oh, no, wait, no, he got interrupted. Okay, fantastic. We might actually be able to get up here. If not, then my strong legs are not going to save me, because I actually don't have that perk. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh wow. Okay, we actually got in. This is amazing. Let's just slash at the people. Why can I see all these icons through the wall, by the way? That's that's kind of disorienting, isn't it? That is kind of disorienting. I have no idea why that's happening. Anyway, just gonna move around here. gonna try and murder these guys as best I can. There we go. Eliminated. And wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there's one more. Hello there, sir. Oh, yeah. Oh, he had no idea. What was about to befall him. And we have a really good vantage point from up here. Thank you very much. Okay, this is going to be nice. Maybe we could do some damage from across here as well. Enemies are down there too, so we should probably try and shoot at them a little bit too. Maybe if we can. Unfortunately, because of the way that the gun works, it does leave a little bit of powder in the air, and that's going to make some... Oh, there's the mortar. Did you see the mortar go off? Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, it does leave a little bit of powder in the air, so that makes it very, very difficult for me to actually see when I'm shooting, but, well, as long as I aim in the general direction, I shouldn't have too many issues, or at least that is the hope, right? Anyway, here we go. Are we actually aiming properly here? I actually don't even know. Kind of feel like I should have spec'd another point into discipline as well, by the way, because it's taking a huge amount of time for me to actually get to gunpowder 300, and that's kind of the thing that we really need. Because if we get to gunpowder 300, we're going to have piercing shots, and it's just going to exponentially cause us to become incredibly strong. And I think that's probably going to be a pretty necessary thing, actually. It's going to be extremely useful for us. Oh, I didn't even mean to jump down here. Okay. Where's that fellow? Did he just... No, he just ran up. Okay, should I go up there and actually deal with him, or... I'm actually not entirely sure. I guess I should. Oh, there he is. There we are. That was easy enough. I basically didn't want to leave him, because my forces are so far away. It's going to take them a long time to eliminate these guys. And it's just going to take even longer to stamp out the last remaining, you know, remnants of the opponent. So, kind of wanted to make sure that we could do that relatively quickly. Ah, yes, this is perfect. Wonderful, wonderful location for us as well. Hopefully my forces will actually start doing something. They seem to be a little bit, well, not really doing too much right now. I'm not entirely sure why. As you can see, I think they're a bit stuck. Are they? Are they a bit stuck? They seem a bit stuck. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to continue shooting here. I mean, look at this. Look at the amount of damage we can deal here. And obviously, if we can, this is indeed going to make them retreat. They are actually running out now. Why are they running out? That is kind of weird. Not entirely sure why they'd do that, but alright. Hello there, sirs. I will murder. I will murder them all with my two-handed sword. Ah, yes, it's a rather large one, isn't it? Yes, rather large indeed. Okay, well, this guy is... Oh, well, never mind. He was actually doing a very good job of blocking me to begin with, but then now not so much, because he's dead. But there you go. Alright, wait a minute. There's a fellow up there. Can we snipe him? I highly doubt it. But we will try. Oh, we got him. Wow. Okay, okay, sure. How did that happen? I will never know. That's one of those moments, you know. It's one of those moments where I just go, yeah, you know, it's probably best not to question it. You know, it's one of those Twilight Zone moments where it's just like, yeah, that was very lucky, wasn't it? Yeah, very, very lucky indeed. Anyway, there you go. Only 5 enemies remain. Or actually, soon 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then that is going to be a victory for us. And, yeah, I actually did have to navigate all the way around the Cursed Lands. And the Cursed Lands, well, it's pretty difficult to tell where they actually begin and where they end. Obviously, you just have to keep an eye on your casualties. However, it's a pretty large area, and the graphic on the map does not extend to the outer edges of where the curse actually begins. So that's something that you're just going to have to be a little bit careful of, you know, just a little bit. Anyway, a couple of people did manage to escape, which is obviously not very good. That's not very good. But it's absolutely fine, because we could just eliminate them with a wonderful, nice little auto-resolve there. Anyway, I'm not going to be taking any of these prisoners. Even though this is a town, it does not make any difference, because even though it may give me a small smattering of roguery skill, that is really not going to make any difference to me whatsoever. You know, we have more than enough money. Roguery skill is mostly to make money, and that's not really, that's not particularly what I'm going for at the moment. We have 1.2 million. That's also the reason why we're letting a bunch of our prisoners go, by the way. Someone asked in the previous episode, as far as I'm aware, the reason why we are not taking any loot. By the way, I have 5 demigryphs. I don't know whether you noticed that beforehand, but I do have 5 demigryphs that I can potentially use. Unfortunately, they don't seem particularly useful. That doesn't obviously discount the fact that they are in the game, you know. I mean, they could be really, really good, because they do have 70 charge damage. So I'm going to assume that if you charge through enemy ranks with this might actually be really good against undead. You know what? I'm going to buy... Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I can't buy anything here. Oh, wait, no. They do have a demigryph saddle. Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. I don't have a demigryph saddle at the moment, so we're just going to buy one, because I am going to need one. And let's use it, shall we? Let's use it. This seems pretty fun. I have no idea whether this is actually any good, by the way. Because obviously, as you can see right here, I was actually using Empire Horse Royal Silver Armor, which gives me 100 horse armor, and it really makes our horse literally unstoppable. And in comparison, the demigryph only has horse armor of 20. I'm not entirely sure if there is another variant of the demigryph armor, but oh no, did I just reset? Oh, idiot. No. Why did I reset? Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just the demigryph saddle that I'm purchasing, but it's going to reset everything else as well. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Never mind. Just, yeah. Okay, I get it. All right, so yeah, there we go. What I wanted to do was actually swap these around. There we go. So we can actually take a look at the demigryph a little bit more closely. Looks very cool, as you can see. 70 charge damage is going to be insane. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this goes. But basically what I wanted to show you is just how much money we actually have in regards to our inventory, because that's the reason why I'm not taking any of my... not taking any of the loot, basically. Because if you take a look here, look at this. Look at all this loot right here. Obviously this is... some of this stuff is very, very low quality. Like, for example, if I just sort by number instead. But you can see here, we've already bankrupted the marketplace, and we already have a huge amount more to potentially sell. So we have more than enough cash to be able to do what we need to do here. Anyway, Beck is still absolutely fine, as you can see, so I'm actually pretty happy with this. And we're actually going to be moving on maybe to the next town. I'm actually not sure if we're going to be able to do anything there, but we're going to try it. They put 97 defenders in here. Okay, I have no idea, by the way, where the opposing army is. I just know that an enemy empire, well, allied empire army was defeated by them, so that's obviously going to be a bit of an issue. Ah, they're actually wanting to make peace with us. See, now that's the problem here. Yeah, that's a really, really big problem. I'm just going to abstain here and just going to let her choose whatever she wants to do with this particular fief. I'm not actually going to be, I don't want to resolve the peace with Sylvania. 32 hours? That's not going to be enough time. Our kingdom will pay. Are you serious? Why is our kingdom paying? That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, well, I should actually be able to besiege this before the peace actually comes in. Hopefully. 32 hours? Oh, hello. Oh, you literally... Okay, this army could have just engaged us, but they decided to attack some Empire deserters instead. That has to be the weirdest decision that I have ever seen the AI make. Well, maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why that might not be the case, so who knows? But this is very funny. Alright, so let's just recruit these guys. There we go, and we're just gonna literally go straight on in. I can't afford to wait around. Alright, here we go, let's do this. Okay, so first of all, we want to get some mortars out straight away. We really do want to get as many really, really powerful bombardments happening super, super quickly. And bear in mind, we obviously don't have, we don't have, siege tower or battering ram or anything like that. And hopefully the enemy doesn't have anything particularly strong either, but I highly doubt that's the case. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have something amazing. So that is going to be a little bit unfortunate. Elspeth is obviously doing a fantastic job, as she does in the first initial stages of sieges for some reason. I'm actually not entirely sure what she uses. This guy's going to push us off, I assume. Yep, he is attempting to push us off. Ah, okay, well, there you go. What a classic, what a classic. Yeah, there's not much for me to do about that. Can I actually do any damage to the... I'm actually not entirely sure about that. I'm wondering whether I can do damage to the gate with my firearm much easier than otherwise. I don't think so somehow. I think someone actually also mentioned in the comments that the cannon does not work against the gate, as far as I'm aware. So even if you were to use the cannon, it would not work because you'd have to have the AI actually target the target the gate, and it would have to be that there's an enemy outside there or something, an enemy right by the side of the gate. That would have to be what actually happens, because I can't actually do anything about controlling the mortar, as you can see. The artillery crew is going to be the one that actually does that. For some reason they're not firing. Why are you not firing? Okay, well this is kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure why they're not firing. That is kind of strange. I would have expected them to fire almost immediately here because there are so many enemies, but maybe I've just placed it in a bad spot. I don't know. That could very well be the case. But that's making me now think to myself, oh, well, what is a good spot then? Because I've actually had situations where I've placed my mortar in a great place, and we've actually gotten massive amounts of kills. But I thought I placed it in relatively similar positions, but it seems like there just isn't an opponent that these guys can actually hit. Maybe I need to place them further back. Can I actually place another mortar? No, I can't place another mortar further back here. Can I? I can't actually tell them to change positions either, as far as I'm aware. So that's not really helpful, is it? Anyway, yeah, we are losing a lot of people right now, but obviously the enemy's garrison is very, very limited. So theoretically, we should be fine, and we shouldn't have to worry about anything, but you know how it is. You know how it is. Anyway, let's see how this goes. I'm hopeful that they're not gonna... Oh, that guy. Look at that guy. Okay, that was funny. Yeah, anyway, hopeful that they won't actually push this ladder off. Seems like we do have a bit more control on these sections of battlements rather than the other ones. And I should be able to get by here, hopefully. There we go. I'm just going to take the damage. We seem to be almost unstoppable with our armor at the moment. Our armor is extremely protective. Ow. he says as he almost gets murdered. Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay. Well, that was something that I wasn't expecting. I thought to myself, even if I fall off the edge here, I shouldn't die, right? And I was completely underestimating the distance to the ground. I thought to myself, oh yeah, it's not going to be that much of a drop, but I should have realized that yes, in fact, there is a very, very large drop. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, so my mortars were absolutely useless here for the most part, and I gotta say I'm actually quite disappointed by that. I didn't place them in a good area, and that did not give them an overall positioning that they could take advantage of, which is very sad. I think that's very sad, but it's fine because we actually did achieve victory, surprisingly enough. I got a couple of really, really nice two-handed kills as well. I was actually really enjoying myself. That was partially the reason why I fell off too, because I thought to myself, yeah, look at that, I'm getting some kills with my two-handed, and you know, that doesn't usually happen, so I was kind of pleased, having a bit of fun there, but unfortunately it was spoiled by the ground. Yes, isn't that wonderful? Oh well, never mind. Okay, so let's actually just have a look. Okay, we're just going to do this, not the grenade launcher, guys. There we are. Okay. That is absolutely fine. So now what's going to happen is they're going to probably decide to... Okay, they're not deciding to besiege because the peace agreement is just about to come in. However, what's really funny about this is I'm not entirely sure what the Empire is doing, or Wissenland to be more accurate. Because if you take a look at our territory, it's pretty large, isn't it? It's pretty large right now, whereas Sylvania, well, they do have the numbers, I assume. They are going to have the numbers. Yeah, I mean, look at that. They're actually... What is it? I mean, obviously they have the numbers, right? They have the numbers because they can, you know, summon skeletons, and, you know, they just generally have a lot more in the way of troops. However, total strength doesn't really... When it comes to Sylvania, at least... If they have less strength than you, then you have a pretty good, well, shall we say, foothold? Pretty good foothold in being able to actually assault them and actually do damage. But if they have more strength than you, then that just means that they have really, really large armies of skeletons and Sylvanian recruits and so on and so forth, and nothing much else. And that's the kind of thing that I think that our forces are kind of forgetting. I think they're not really understanding how that works. Obviously, this is the, you know, I would assume at least, this is the default Bannerlord AI. And if it is the default Bannerlord AI, then they are going to make the same kind of decisions that they would normally make in the base game. Which is inherently going to be... I'm going to take this town, by the way. Which is inherently kind of a bit, well, you know, they're not going to be particularly smart about it. Let's just say that. They're not going to be particularly smart, and they're going to make it so that they continuously make poor decisions. So, for example, making peace. We did not want them to make peace in this situation because, well, there was no point. You know, we had the advantage. If the enemy decided to besiege this particular town in retaliation, we had an army of, what, 1,200, 1,000, 1,100, I don't know, however many we had at the end there to defend it. And that is exactly what we needed. That was it. That's all we needed, because then we could have defeated that really, really large army, and then we would have been able to have basically free reign of where we could go next. And I think that's generally what the Empire, or generally these fellows, tend to forget. And the reason why they make peace is because of the combat strength, I'm pretty sure. It's because of the combat strength, because they think to themselves, oh, we're not going to be able to defeat these guys But in actual fact, they can. They can. Really, really easily. And they just need to, you know, stick it out for a little bit longer. And they just don't do that for unknown reasons. I'm not entirely sure why not. Anyway, is this cursed land right here? Oh, it is! Are you serious? Okay, this is cursed land right here. This is really bad, actually, for us to be right next to it. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Let's just take a quick look at some of the gear here. Is this gonna be particularly useful for us? No. Yeah, that's the funny thing. I actually would have loved to have gotten into a field battle with the vampires. That's a pretty good sword, but it's one-handed, so not going to be doing that. Oh yeah, I should also save as well, by the way, because obviously I have done a lot of progression. And I don't really want to lose it all. Okay, so let's see. Are we out of the cursed land now? Yes. Okay, so we are out of the cursed land now. But yeah, anyway, point is, I would have liked to have gone into a field battle to try out our wonderful demigryph, because that would have done so much damage. Charge damage at 70. We have a pretty high amount of riding skill as it is, so it would have been extremely, extremely fun. Anyway, I'm just going to buy some beer here. I'm just going to try to reduce their overall food supplies. It's actually quite funny because I don't even have that much food right now either, which is quite amusing. So we're going to have to do something about that relatively quickly. Let me see. Where do I want to go? I could go to... I guess I'll go down here. Or something like that. I don't think we're going to be suffering too much from the curse over here either. At least I hope not. But yeah, basically the combat strength is artificially inflated for Sylvania because of the way that the asymmetry works. That's the reason why that's happening. However, the base game AI is not going to realize about the asymmetry, you see, and that's the main problem. Because they're going to consistently think to themselves, oh no, they have so much more combat strength than we do, and I can only assume that that is the case, at least. Otherwise, I have no idea, because we were winning, you know, we were taking fiefs, we had basically nothing to worry about at all, and yet they still wanted to make peace for some reason. And they were actually the ones going for peace, which is really, really funny. Our people were going for peace. I don't think Sylvania wanted peace because we're paying them. We offered them 3,900, and I'm just thinking to myself, what? Why are you offering 3,900? Such a crazy amount of money. Anyway, yeah, I guess what I'll do is I'll just declare war again. I mean, look at how much combat strength we have. They have 9,600, but we have 10,000. I mean, we are very much even. And we would very easily be able to just take their things. I don't know, maybe I should just wait a little bit of time. I guess I'll just wait a little bit of time and we'll see what happens. But I really don't think anything is really going to happen here. I should probably join the tournament, shouldn't I? It's been a long time since we've actually taken a look at one of the tournaments in the skeletal arenas, and they are actually really, really cool. Actually, wait a minute. This is an Empire town. Never mind. Yeah, this is an Empire town. So yeah, you can see exactly the you know what's going on with the arena here. We need to do one in Drakenhof if we want to see the new scene, which I think is absolutely amazing. By the way, I've shown it in the Vampire series very briefly. So if you want to see it, that's where you want to go. But yeah, apart from that, we should be fine here. I think I'm actually already through to the next round, so we should be okay. And otherwise, I just need to make sure that this guy doesn't get too many hits on us. And I'm just going to be facing away from him and then just going in for the slash once again, because what we want to do is we want to try to bait him into lowering his block. And that's a strategy that I've used quite often to be... It seems pretty, you know, it seems pretty viable. And it seems like it actually does do something for once. Ah, hello. I'm actually up against two enemies here. That's not very nice, but I do have a two-handed, so I should be fine. Because if I had a one-handed, it might be a little bit difficult. Because one-handed, I have literally, what, 25 in that. And I have, I don't even know, 150 in one-handed or something like that. I'm actually not entirely sure, but these weapons are actually really fun to use. So I'm pretty happy with this. And we should be able to deal with these guys relatively simply. I just need to make sure that we're utilizing our athletic skill as well, because I actually have a pretty decent amount of athletic skill now, surprisingly enough. I never would have expected that when we first started, because we were stuck at like 50 athletics for a bunch of time. And then all of a sudden, we were just gaining massive amounts of athletics. Probably because I actually started to put some points into it, of course. But being in a siege, being able to use your firearm in that siege really makes a huge difference to the amount of athletic skill that you can earn over time. And that actually brings me to the next point. Do we have 300 in gunpowder? That's the question now. Because if we have 300, I think we can probably basically win against pretty much any Sylvanian army, and I'm going to just go for it straight away. But if I don't, then I'm not sure what I should do, because the amount of experience that we gain from fighting beastmen and so on and so forth. Whoa, we're still not at 2 now. Wow, okay. I mean, I have a learning rate of 0.5, which is obviously very, very small, but you can see here that I would need, wow, I would need so much more to level up. What? Really? I'm actually super surprised about that. Okay, huh. Well, I still want to go for it, actually. I really still want to go for it. I feel like we could easily win this. I feel like we could just absolutely destroy them. Yeah, I mean, I have 143 in my town over there. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to have to create an army. Creating an army is going to be the first step. And yeah, we're just going to go for it, I guess. We're just going to go for it and see what happens. So I'm not wanting to build, I'm not wanting to get too many, right? I don't want to get too many people in my army. I want to get enough so that I have a decent number. You know, I don't want a huge amount, because I want my allies to actually be viable in some way or another. Because if I don't make them viable, then they're going to just get themselves killed, because the AI is going to make some really stupid decisions. That's usually what tends to happen, at least. Anyway, yeah, I actually wanted to fight those villagers, but unfortunately that is not going to happen. Oh, hello. Yep, that is going to happen, apparently. There we go. Let's do it. Okay. Yeah, I don't... No, thank you. Thank you very much. I hate this pop-up, by the way. This pop-up is actually extremely annoying. After a little bit of... I mean, look at this. You're leaving hard-earned free loot behind. Are you sure? I mean, I should be able to turn those pop-ups off, in my opinion. Because I have... I mean... I've played this game for a long time. I kind of know what I should do, you know, and I guess it's a nice reminder in case you have just started playing and stuff like that, but it does tend to become annoying after the 50th time that it is happening, or the 100th time that happens. So yeah, anyway, point is, basically no troops inside here. We should be great to take this really, really fast, and hopefully I'm going to be able to level up relatively quickly as well. I will be attempting to actually use my firearm almost exclusively going forward now. But the thing is, it's really funny actually, because I've been attempting to do that this entire time, but it doesn't seem as though it is leveling up at all. I don't know why that is. I'm not sure whether I'm just doing something wrong, or maybe I just need to get more kills. Maybe I'm getting really, really low level kills, and so that means I need so much more... so many more kills, so much more experience to be able to make that work. That's the only thing I can really think of right now, because otherwise I have no idea. Anyway, I am actually going to be placing my mortars quite far back this time. So let's place them round about here. Place them round about here. I have no idea whether this is... Oh, that's a terrible place. Okay. I did not mean to do that. Oh, yeah, they're just going to hit the tree now. You absolute imbeciles. Oh, you absolute imbeciles. I mean, technically, okay, fine, it's my fault, but I'm gonna make it their fault, okay? I'm gonna say that it's their fault, because they're making me all kinds of paranoid. From the previous siege, of course. It is my fault, though. It is really, really my fault. Okay, never mind, never mind. Okay, let me just reload here real fast, and then we're gonna go up here. I know it's my turn. It's my turn. Thank you very much. I'm going up the ladder next. Okay. So yeah, we've already eliminated a relatively large amount of them anyway, because obviously they only have 136 or something like that in there, so we should be completely fine to take this. And hopefully our allies will be able to actually do something as well. I'm actually very much looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. Can we move out of here? Yes, we can. Thank you. Let's just try and get some kills. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Wow, that was really, really terrible. Did you see that? That was absolutely awful. Ah, there we go. This is much better. Nice. That was some good damage. Unfortunately, my gunpowder skill seems to be leveling just so slowly. I mean, we're getting, what is it, 50% of the normal experience rate? I think that should be fine, right? Or at least I think it should be fine. Now, if only I could find some higher tier troops to eliminate, that would be nice, because then we'd actually be able to get some really, really good experience gains. But yeah, unfortunate that most of these guys are literally the lowest tier that we can find. But that's the point. We just need to kill them en masse then, you know? That's exactly what we need to do. We need to just eliminate as many as possible so that the experience gain is the most it can be. Let's just kill that guy so he's not trapped in there. You know how that is, yeah. Yeah, we've had so many of those situations occur as well, where there's literally a person just trapped within the two gates. And because our AI is so incredibly proficient at opening gates, they basically just don't bother, you know? They just don't bother to do it. And so they just, you know, stand there staring at it. That generally does tend to happen quite often. Anyway, there we go. A nice amount of renown right there. Actually, not too bad for such a small siege. You're leaving troops and/or prisoners behind. Yes, thank you. I would like to just go, you know, I just want to leave, you know, I just want to leave. I don't know why that is actually a thing, even. I mean, sure, okay, maybe it's good, but as I say, for someone that's just started playing the game, I think that's great, because, you know, it kind of teaches people that, you know, sometimes you have things that you can then actually, you know, recruit or convert or whatever. But for me personally, and for a bunch of other people, I assume it's just, I mean, it's not necessary, you know, it's just really not necessary. Anyway, we will hopefully be okay to take this as well. Oh, 240 only. They only have 240? Are you serious? Wow, that's actually crazy. Yeah, so this is really working super, super nicely for us right now. And maybe if we can continue here, maybe we won't actually have a peace agreement coming in. That's the question. I think they also made peace because they had a bunch of their vassals. What? Okay, they got a. That's a lot. That's a lot of troops. Okay, I have 299 in gunpowder now, and my learning rate is now 0.38. That is even worse. Okay. Right. Well, they have 4,600 troops that they are attempting to retaliate against us with. That is going to be a little bit uncomfortable. I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm not sure what I'm going to have. I'm not sure what I can do about that, but I guess we'll find out in due time. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to place a mortar really far back here. I don't know whether it's necessary, but I'm just going to do that because apparently me placing it too close was not good last time. So we're just going to place it further away so that the arc of travel for the projectile is going to be slightly better. Or at least I hope so. And let me just go over here. There we are. Oh, nice. You see that damage? Yes, that is what we love to see. Oh, yeah. Okay. I've gotten a little bit better at placing it now then, I guess. So that's at least good. Oh, unfortunate that the AI is now... Yes, they're doing the wonderful thing again, aren't they? Okay. Kill him. Ah, no, he's hiding. Okay, well, what about that fellow? Maybe we can shoot that guy as well. There we go. Take him down. I actually wonder, how is it going to be for us to go into a siege defense with our mortars and cannons and things like that? As far as I'm aware, you cannot place cannons and so on and so forth on the battlements. I don't think you can place them on the battlements, because if you do that, I think it will probably spawn underneath, if you know what I mean. It will spawn on the ground, because I think that's how it's coded, because That's how spells work as well, as far as I'm aware. Or at least, well, actually, maybe not. Because Wind of Death, if I recall correctly, actually does travel along the walls. So maybe it does work, but I think the main problem that we're going to see if we place artillery on the walls is that it is going to be very, very difficult to gain line of sight. If we were to place cannons on the walls, for example, it's going to be very difficult to get them to be accurate. Well, it seems like we got him. Yeah, seems like we got him really, really nicely, actually. We did sustain quite a few casualties, actually, but hopefully nothing too dramatic. And that is hopefully going to provide us with the ability to win against whoever. But let's actually just try this out. So if I place a Grand Cannon above here, are they going to man it? I mean, look. They can man this, right? I mean, they probably can, but how are they going to shoot downwards? That's the main problem here. How are they going to shoot downwards? That's going to be the biggest issue, because obviously if you're, if you're doing this in a battlefield kind of situation, then most of the ground is going to either be uphill or downhill, whereas obviously you're never going to have something like this, which is like just a straight up wall, not unless your opponent is hiding, behind some kind of structure or something like that. But yeah, anyway, the point is field battles are going to be very, very different in that regard. So I'm a little bit dubious about using cannons on the battlements, but it does work, as you can see. It does work. You can place them there. It's just very much a case of, well, does it work? Does it actually work to have them fire? That's the main question. Anyway, we've taken this town. We should actually be able to make peace with them relatively easily now. Actually, maybe? I'm not sure whether that's even a good idea, to be honest. But I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Anyway, we're going to get strong legs. Oh, that might actually prevent us from dying now. And we also have one additional focus point. What do I want to spec it into? I probably want to spec it into... I'm thinking leadership right now, but I should probably go for two-handed, shouldn't I? I should probably go for two-handed. That makes the most sense, I suppose, considering I am a two-handed weapon user. Do I have any? Yes, we do have some level ups to do as well. Let's do these guys. There we go. And let's actually see what happens, because this is the biggest army that we have ever seen, I think. Actually, maybe not with Britannia, because we did fight a relatively large army with Britannia. I can't believe this guy isn't actually coming in to besiege this. I'm actually kind of disappointed. I thought to myself, yeah, he's going to do this, of course. He's going to do this, but no. He doesn't want to do that. He's probably going to go over here to try and take this, which has 173 troops, and in which case I will go and I will take this castle right here. So if he decides to go and take that, I'll take his castle, and then we will, well, we'll attempt to move on. But yeah, we now have another declaration of war against Talabekland. They're attempting to do something against us, which I'm not best pleased about that, because obviously me attempting to wage one-man war against Sylvania is now having a bit of a, a bit of a dagger in the back kind of deal with these guys right here. I mean, I don't know why they don't just try and attack Sylvania with me, but okay. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.